Guillermo. Michael.
Morning. Everybody rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Today is November 20th, 2023, 10 a.m. Jim Wells County Commissioners Court now in session. How's everybody doing this morning? Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Agenda item number 3, public testimony. We have one, but we'll bring it up here in a little bit. Agenda item number 4, discuss.
Sheriff, no?
Sheriff,
No. You're mute.
he's on mute.
I want to inform you that we have 77 inmates at the county jail. We have 4 inmates in Beeville. We'll be moving some people this morning and tomorrow to other areas to make space for our long weekend, holiday weekend. So that's what we're working on. We also have some proposals for the showers, as I mentioned at the last meeting. It's going to be a major construction according to the welder. On some of the population dorms have to be replaced, do some old damage and old shower heads and so on. So that's what we're working on. I'm very pleased to announce that one of our deputies, Roman Bueno, graduated from DPS Friday in Austin, Texas. He will be assigned to the Jim Wells County area December 10th. And I'm also very pleased to announce that Javier Mireles graduated as Border Patrol in our teacher in New Mexico. He is also one of our officers that left. Very proud to say that they were officers that started here with Jim Wells County and have achieved their goals in their careers in Border Patrol state and federal agencies. So congratulations to Jim Wells County and congratulations to their families. We have 2 officers. And again, this is a stepping stone to better educate themselves to become federal and state agents. We do have other officers assigned to DEA, which we're also very proud to announce. That's all I have for today.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank
Hey,
you.
Sheriff. Anybody else out there? No? Agenda item number 4, discuss, consider, and take actions to canvass the results of the November 7th, 2023 constitutional amendment election.
Good morning. Hey, so this is our canvas for the
State your
constitutional.
name for the court.
My name is Richard Guerra, Elections Administrator for Jim Wells County.
Yes, sir.
And we're here to canvass the November 7th constitutional amendment. You each have a canvas report in front of you along with the election reconciliation total. So at the end of the day, we had 1,857 voters, 34 mail ballots sent out, 5 were not returned, 1 was rejected, and 28 were accepted. 2 provisional ballots, both of which counted, along with all of the election day and early voting votes. And we're just here to finalize this unless we have any questions.
Motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion, I have a second, further discussion. 34 mail-in ballots only?
Went out.
Went out.
We received 28, 1 of which was rejected.
Wow. And on total of 1,800 votes, wow. Right.
Out of 25,000.
And Judge, your packet has a signature page that will be uploaded along with the canvas results to the Secretary of State.
Okay, I have a motion, I have a second. If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5, discuss, consider, and take action to approve consolidation of the Jim Wells County 911 Department with the Jim Wells County Elections Office and designating Richard Guerra as the JWC 911 Addressing Coordinator.
Okay, so this was tabled from last week, I believe. The election office is wanting to take over the responsibilities of the 911 coordinator's office. So this time I put in a budget, little sheet there for each of you. The 911 has been budgeted $34,522. The elections office is attempting to take up those responsibilities for less than half of what was budgeted. We're looking for $16,867 to be dispersed between the two clerks. And that would bring them up to equal pay. And they would now have Deputy 1 and Deputy 2 would have equal duties, both of which would be incorporating the 911 responsibilities. I also have a little packet in there. It's a memo or an opinion from the governor. Neighboring counties have been doing this, incorporating 911 into the elections administration. Most recently, Kennedy County reached out to the governor's office, and basically they got a green light to do this.
Okay. A bit of a background. You know, we have the 911 position downstairs, and we've had it there for years. And it was full-time, and then it became part-time. And we've been having it part-time since I've been here, January 1st. And although we're getting it done, it's been very treacherous to do it with only one part-timer and no one else trained to do it. So when we began talks about filling the position, my thoughts were to fill the position and to add some duties. But at this point, after talking to Mr. Guerra and coming up with this recommendation, I didn't seem to have a problem with it because, number one, we're going to have 2 full-timers trained, and on top of that, we're going to have a part-timer trained. So we should never have a problem with 911 again. This is my thinking and my recommendation. The salary parts of it, you have 2 people from 911 that are going to get extra duties that they didn't have before. We're going to get a job description that is equal, because I'm not sure if everybody remembers, but when I was judged the first time, we were in a lawsuit because in the elections department, because our job descriptions did not match, and we were having the same duties completed by a male and a female. Now it's reversed. So in doing this, we'll match their job duties, job description. They will both be doing the 911 addressing. If there's any issues with them, we'll have a part-timer that is trained. And I've contacted the COG already. They're waiting to see when this is going to happen so they can train our people. So this is my thinking. I wasn't here. I was in Washington, D.C. last Commissioner's Court. So I wasn't here to really present the proposal. So that being said, can I entertain a motion and then we can go into discussion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion, Judge,
Okay.
Second the motion.
that these 2 election deputies get the same pay? Is that-
At the end of the day, they will hear, and then the amended job descriptions will be identical, which was another goal of ours.
Okay,
So I have a motion and I have a second.
okay, wait a minute, Judge, start
Yeah,
over.
discussion, go ahead.
And that all the excess money from 911 will go back to the general fund. That's part of my motion.
Okay, so that's what I was going to address. The excess funds, I wanted to keep that position open, even though we don't have enough money to hire anybody, either full-time, which that position is a full-time. I'd rather just have that money there, have that position there, and not get rid of the position, because if for some reason we have any issues coming out in the future, we'd have to bring back a whole new position.
You can always amend the budget. My motion is to eliminate 911 and all the excess money go back to the general fund. That's my motion.
You second that motion?
Yes.
I have a question, Judge. Wasn't, Mr. Guerrero, didn't you mention a part-timer?
That's what they're discussing, I believe.
Well, the part-timers,
But is there a pay for them adjustment there at all?
for the part-timer?
That would be the remainder of what was left. So out of the 34,512, we're requesting 16,867.
That would cover everything.
That would cover everything.
So
And then
that
the
would-
remainder that would stay after
Yeah, my motion would be for that to go back to the general fund.
the
I just don't want that
17,655.
temptation to be there.
Okay, that's fine. We'll figure out the part-time money. That's not a problem.
Because I don't see it here, so.
The part-timers already works part-time, so if that's a new duty for him, that wouldn't be much
So
to.
the part-timer right now works part-time in the voter registration office?
No, ma'am.
No.
Or-
We don't have part-timers.
Works in the mailroom,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so.
Your motion is just for these deputies, so that's what I'm making a motion on.
Yes, to
All
absorb the
excess money
duties.
from 911 goes back to general fund. That's basically, that's what you're requesting.
Not a problem, not a problem. I have a motion and I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and go ahead and count me as an aye on that one too.
And can I ask, when would this take effect?
That's exactly my question. That was what I was gonna ask.
Well, it has to take effect ASAP because we have to get them trained. So as soon as we get them trained, we send them to training, it'll be effective that day.
All right.
Sounds good.
They're
And
going to
it'll
the
probably be December 1st. We're going through all the holidays, and so right after the holidays.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero.
Agenda item number 6, discuss, consider, and take action to approve the final plat of the Burroughs Ranch lots 1 through 15 located northwest of the intersection of SH 359 and Farm to Market 2044. I think. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Jim Dean, representing James Dean Ranch Developments, the developer of the subdivision. And we're requesting the final plat be approved. The surveying company, Bristol Surveying, is going out and already located all the corners and set them and identified each of the corners. So it's completed right now.
This is what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
that's correct, Judge. We've been working with Mr. Dean, together with Deacon Gonzalez, to review the subdivision proposal. It was actually, you weren't here last week, but it was ready last week. It's just that our process in our policy requires a 2-step process. So we did preliminary last week and we're ready for final approval at this point. I think Mr. Dean has the original that needs to be signed off by the judge and the clerk and filed with the clerk.
That's correct. Before I leave, I have a question. Where do I go to get 911 addresses?
Right there.
We should have somebody in place.
He can get it for you right there, Ms. Dean.
I have
With the
requested it
elections.
from the lady that was here previously. She's not here now, but I've understood that she was doing,
Yeah, she is. She still is.
okay.
She's still
You can do it
contracted with
with
us
All right.
until we change it. Yeah.
We'll get it done.
All right.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Jim. Motion to approve.
I already talked to him.
Thank you.
I have a motion, I have a do I have a second?
Okay.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We're gonna go into agenda item number 7. And at this point, I think we have Mr. Brad Wyatt. We'll go back into public comments.
Good morning. My name is Bradford Wyatt. I'm the administrator from Wyatt Ranches. Thank you for taking a few moments to hear from me. I want to also acknowledge my coworkers that came as well. We're here because of an issue involving some trees, some 50 some odd trees that were cut down either on our property line or inside Wyatt Ranch's property. And we tried to work this out with Commissioner Chapa, but we were unsuccessful. So we had to bring an action. We had asked you to pick up the trash 2 times a week along the county road, so the brush that was there before would keep the trash from blowing in. That brush was removed, so we had trash inside the pasture where we have our cattle grazing. But we were unable to come to any kind of agreement with respect to cleaning the road on a regular basis. So we brought an action, and in that action, the court ruled that we were able to proceed and go before a jury and seek damages from the county for damage to the remainder of the property and other things with respect to cutting down those 49, 50 trees. And then the case was appealed, and the appellate court affirmed that we could go to trial and seek damages. And the facts are undisputed. The only thing that would remain would be a value of the amount to be paid. We would seek damages from a jury, and the facts are undisputed. So that would be the question before the jury. And we had an expert come and said that the damage to the remainder of the property was greater than 6 digits. We don't like to be in conflict with entities that are in the areas where we have ranches. We have, divisions in some 7 counties in Texas. And this is the first time we've ever been placed in a position like this. And it was through our relationship with you, Judge, that we were able to come to this settlement where you're going to vote on, providing the ranches with funds, and we're going to turn around and give those same funds back to you. I think that if you were to go and cut down trees on someone's property and they're willing to give you the money back, is a rarity in today's world. But that is what we're prepared to do. And the reason for that is the commissioner did apologize. She wrote a letter of apology. And when you make mistakes, at the end of the day, that's really all you can do. I had a congressman tell me that an apology is the best that you can get when someone makes a mistake. And if your apology is sincere and valid, as you wrote in your letter, then we're prepared to put this behind us. It's been a troublesome time for us. Our attorneys told us that they didn't want us to look like we were currying favor. Don't make contributions in Jim Wells County, because it'll look like you're trying to curry favor because you have a pending lawsuit. So that was troublesome, not to respond to requests from people at the fair. We always, send funds to them. They write us letters, we send them checks. But to be restricted from doing that during this time was troublesome for us. But the attorney said, it would be best that you not look like you're trying to curry favor, even though we had done that for years. So we're eager to get this behind us so we can get back on track. And Judge, I want to credit you. If it wasn't for the relationship that we have with you, and I don't know what your vote is going to be, we could still end up going to court. And if that's what your decision is, to go to court, the ranches are prepared to do that. We're prepared to seek damages, and I think that a jury would agree with us. It's troublesome when you cut down trees on someone else's property. But as I indicated before, you'll look very hard to find someone that's willing to just give the money back to the county. And the only sad occurrence of this is the legal fees. It would be interesting if, someone made a request for public information on how much it cost when an apology could have avoided all of those costs. I'd venture to say $50,000, $60,000 in attorney's fees. And so I appreciate your hearing our position. It's a difficult place to be in. It's a position that we're uncomfortable in being in. We've always had a good rapport with this county. And I feel that we still do through the relationships that we have. we're only wanting to, kind of be left alone in this regard. And Commissioner, I appreciate your writing that letter of apology. That is what really changed the tone of things. But Judge, that was you that brought that about. And if it wasn't for your intervention, we probably would still be headed to court. And your attorney fees would continue to go up, your insurance premiums if there was a claim that was paid out. So I'm glad that we're considering avoiding this, but ultimately that decision is in you guys' hands. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I appreciate your service. I understand the positions that you have are difficult ones, and we as constituents appreciate all that you do, as well as all the other officials and associates that work for the county. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go on to agenda item number 7. Discuss, consider, and take action to authorize the county judge to execute all necessary documents approving the settlement, release, and indemnity agreement in Wyatt Ranches of Texas LLC versus Jim Wells County, Texas, number 22.04.611.861-CV. And at this time, we'll go to executive session under section 551.07, consultation with attorney. And current time is
10:21.
10:21. We'll go into executive session. We'll be out hopefully pretty quick. Executive session for November 20th, 2023. We went to executive session 10:21 a.m. We closed executive session 10:34 a.m. and it's 10:35 and we're back to regular session. Agenda item number 7. Can I entertain a motion? I make a motion that we approve
Second.
a settlement agreement that was presented.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and go ahead and have me as an aye. Entertain a motion for number 8.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion and I have a second to adjourn. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, commissioners. Appreciate you guys.